I'm going to turn my video off as well. Right. So if you just stay on mute so that everybody can hear clearly, but welcome to come off mute if there are any opportunities to participate. Right, so let's get started. So today's session, Brightside session, will cover welcome and introductions, the difference you can make as a mentor, keeping everyone safe online, resources and next steps, any questions you might have that or arise, so that you can understand the context of our mentees, learn some key mentoring techniques, and feel confident with safeguarding and know where to access resources and support if you feel like you need it. So having a look at your mentor journey, first you're going to start here where we are now, mentor training. You'll come along to a virtual session like this, and meet one of the team, one of the LEBC team, which is me. Then you'll create your profile. We might have done this a little bit jumbled up. So you might have created your profile first and then come for mentor training. But once you've done that mentor training, you start the process of meeting your mentees, setting goals for them, and we'll, check in and reflect. We'll go through this a little bit more in the next slides anyway. So the difference that you can make, the value of mentoring and supporting mentees. Take some time to think about the context of young people that we work with and by the difference that you can make as a STEM mentor by supporting them. So you'll have seen some statistics about our impact in the video. We're going to share this in the Intro to Brightside module. And this is it. The impact that is on these students is thanks to mentors like you and the time, effort, and experience you share with your mentees. Our mentees in this situation are mostly aged 13 to 18, so year 8 to year 13, and they could face barriers such as living in a remote, rural, or coastal area, being the first in their family to go into higher education, coming from a low-income background, attending a school where performance is below the national average, and you'll read a bit about the context around this. So their transitions and decisions that they could do could include deciding which post-16 option to take. Will they take an A-level, BTEC, apprenticeship, T-level, college or sixth form? You might help them with that in your mentoring, or choosing a post-18 option, such as university, a degree apprenticeship, or maybe they might need some help figuring out if they want to go straight into work. And you can narrow down their career ideas for the future by chatting with them. We aim to support young people who face barriers that might prevent them from accessing the same opportunities as their more advantaged peers. So here's a little bit of an activity for you now. So in the chat box, we're going to ask anybody who starts with A to M to focus on Mentee 1, Karam, and N to Z to focus on Mentee 2, which is Charlie. So we'll give you maybe 2 to 3 minutes to have a little think and a little write in the chat box. What are the key decisions or transitions that these mentees might be facing? What challenges and opportunities does this bring for them? How might you support them as a mentor? I'm going to give you 2 to 3 minutes to write in the chat based on those questions. How might you support Karam and Charlie as a mentor? What challenges and opportunities do their key decisions and transitions bring for them? And what kind of things might they be facing? So Karam's challenges are location and no apparent option for further education other than A levels, when an apprenticeship may be a good avenue for him based on being a hands-on learner. Thank you, Sarah. Rihanna says Charlie's transitions, caring responsibilities and challenges reflected on her performance with mentoring opportunities, motivates and competent, support them by offering support and advice, signposting to different organizations that offer advice in relation to the nature of her transition. Okay. Sandy says, Charlie, deciding on post-16 options, challenges a part-time carer, looks like uni might not be the best option based on grades, and if she has to be away, look at alternatives such as an apprenticeship or college away from an underperforming school. So thank you for sharing your thoughts on how you, and this is kind of an idea of who you might be supporting with your Brightside mentoring. The mentee journey. So a mentee will be nominated by their school, or it might be an independent sign up. So first off, they'll sign up. They'll have a welcome induction. They'll usually attend an induction session, either by their school teacher or after school, and it will mostly be virtual. They'll then join the platform and choose their mentor. We aim to do this during the induction session so we can kind of guide the mentees through the process and support them through baseline survey and first message. Finally, once they've kind of chosen their mentor, they'll start messaging the mentor. So they're kind of advised to message at least weekly, and anything that's written by them will report to like a school partner and email them just to let them know. And then finally, they'll give the feedback on their project, and they'll be able to download a certificate as well. So Brightside's online mentoring is a supported, structured relationship which helps mentees to develop their skills and achieve their goals. A mentor provides guidance, not instruction. So they'll share their experiences as a mentor and help mentees to make their own decisions rather than pushing them down a specific path. A mentor kind of provides challenge and asks questions rather than being a that won't work kind of mentor to a mentee. So high quality mentoring, the goal is to find out what the mentee wants to achieve. So e.g. a mentee wants to improve their revision techniques, you might have kind of asking your actions that you might pick are kind of to ask open questions. How do you learn best? Asking them how that they learned so that you can kind of adjust what you want to do with that. You could share a personal experience. E.g., I used to use this technique while I was studying. Let me... Adding a useful resource, aka I found this list of suggestions, or setting a task. Why don't you choose one technique out of this list that we've discussed? Next, you'd kind of be reflected. You'd praise the learning. So well done for finding a strategy that works for you. You might highlight any relevance. Oh, that'd be really useful for your upcoming exams. You might check back on a goal that you've set together. Do you feel confident with revision now? And then kind of identifying the next step. Next, how about we look at? So structure is really key to high quality mentoring. And lots of mentors ask about how to structure these conversations with their mentees. We know that mentees kind of progress at different paces. So we don't prescribe weekly themes or topics, but there will still be ways to structure your approach to make sure your mentee is getting the most out of mentoring. In this scenario, if you're on Aim High, we have got a little booklet that we're going to share with the students and also with with you guys as well. And I think with Era Discover, that's the same as well. So we recommend using this kind of goal, actions, reflection cycle. And this can apply to the mentoring journey as a whole, in that you'll set goals at the beginning and reflect at the end. But we encourage you to repeat this cycle for each topic or theme that you discuss with your mentee. So sustaining engagement context. We get a lot of things, a lot of kind of people going, oh, my mentees stop replying to my messages. Write in the chat box now some reasons why you think your mentees might not be replying. I'll give you about 2 minutes for that. So Sarah says embarrassment that they have fallen behind or lost interest in their original choices. Rihanna says that the mentor's busy, or mentee is busy, overwhelmed, detoxing from technology, or has other reasons for not responding. Raj says that they might generally have a shy personality, might need encouragement to get them out of their shells. Introverts might struggle, yeah, definitely. The mentee could be occupied with other things. So there you've highlighted a few things that kind of might be going on. And this can also help with coming up solutions or ways to try and engage with your mentees. So here are some reasons that we've got. They might share a laptop phone time with their family due to like limited time that they're allowed to have on it. They might have additional responsibilities such as caring for relatives. Some schools, they might ban mobile phones, so mentees can only access these computers during set times. They might have religious commitments. Balancing homework deadlines and revision at school is also a kind of reason why they might not engage, or they might feel nervous about talking about messaging a stranger online. It is not easy. So here are some strategies on sustaining engagement. As we've discussed on the previous slide, there are many reasons why a mentee might stop messaging for a period of time, but there are steps you can take to show that you're still there for them and encourage them to re-engage with mentoring. So first off, you might set clear expectations. Setting clear expectations with your mentee helps to form an agreement and commitment between the two of you. So let your mentee know that you'll always get back to them within 2 to 3 days and ask if they'll do the same. For the first few weeks, we recommend that you get in touch even earlier to really build that momentum and rapport. Next, you might create a comfortable environment. So mentees really value your perspective as someone who's not their parent or their teacher. They're more likely to open up to you if you create a safe and non-judgmental atmosphere. So start with an icebreaker that encourages sharing and sets a friendly tone. You might do what I did at the start of our presentation and just share a few things about yourself. So set a friendly tone, share examples of your own mistakes and how you might have overcome them, and champion their ideas and aspirations. Also, a kind of way to keep engagement would be to switch up your messages. So varying your messages caters to diverse learning styles and maintains the mentee's interest. If you've been sending lengthy messages and you're not getting a reply, it could be overwhelming for that student. Try shorter, snappier ones. Perhaps your mentee needs to take things a bit slower. Similarly, with topics, You never know what topic might spark a mentee's interest. If they're not responding to messages about their future career, you could start by asking them about their hobbies or sending a resource that you think they might be interested in. An appropriately phrased question has the ability to unlock new ideas, challenge limiting assumptions, and bring about new insights. Good questions in mentoring are simple and generally require open-ended responses, i.e., you're not getting a yes or no response and then nothing else. It's also good to check in regularly. It's important to remain present for your mentee and to reassure them that you're there for them. If you haven't heard from a mentee in a while, send a quick follow-up. We provide some examples in the mentor handbook that we'll share with you. So adapt to their schedule, be flexible with your timing. We understand that you guys are busy, and that's the same for the mentees as well. They have other commitments. So look for patterns in when they tend to respond so that you can try to message them at those times. Letting them know what times that you're free to respond can also build up expectations on both sides. So you feel like you're not wasting your time as well. Also, reminding them of the benefits. If a mentee's gone away for a few weeks without messaging, it could be a good time to kind of remind them of the benefits of the mentoring and re-outline those ideas that you can support them with. Try to link this back with their original goals or interests if possible. And you can find more of this in your mentor handbook as well. So we're going to have a little bit of a multiple choice quiz. So let me know in the chat, A, B, or C. We expect mentors to reply to messages from their mentees. A lot of B's in the chat. The correct answer is B. That's right. It's important to respond to your mentees quickly, to develop trust, and to let them know that you're there for them. There's a little bit of a statement there about how many, what kind of longer replies you might need to be, or having a holding message like this. Safeguarding. Safeguarding is keeping everybody safe on the Brightside platform. And at LEBC, we take safeguarding very seriously. You and your mentee's safety is our top priority. So for this reason, all of your mentoring conversations are held safe and secure on the Brightside platform. However, it's important that anyone working with young people has a good understanding of child protection and abuse and how to recognise the signs. Safeguarding is about ensuring the safety and well-being of everyone involved in our mentoring programmes. It's not just about protecting mentees, but it's also about protecting you, our mentors. So safeguarding is defined as protecting children from maltreatment, preventing impairment of children's health or development, ensuring the children are growing up in circumstances consistent with the provision of safe and effective care, and taking action to enable all children to have the best life chances. And the definition of child abuse. Child abuse is any action by another person, adult or child, that causes significant harm to a child. So abuse there are different types of child abuse, and they kind of include emotional, neglect, physical, sexual, and domestic. So here are some alarm bells. So always report concerns. If something feels a bit off, even if you're not certain, it's better to be safe and report it. You can recognize the signs and always be alert to any signs of distress or potential harm. So some alarm bells may include mentees explicitly disclosing information to you, describing unhealthy relationships, describing unsuitable living conditions, seeming isolated from friends and family, sharing or talking about inappropriate content. Oh, we've gone forward a little bit. There we go. Dramatic changes or in the way or tone of the way that they communicate with you, sudden disengagement from school, sudden disinterest in their goals that they might have talked to you really passionately about, or mentioning kind of suffering from depression or anxiety. So your role, you are not a counsellor, you're a mentor. As an online mentor, your primary role is to provide guidance, support, and knowledge in the field or subject matter of your mentoring program. While you might be an empathetic listener and someone your mentee feels comfortable talking to, it's important to remember that you are not trained to handle deep-seated emotional or physiological issues or psychological issues. If a mentee opens up about a serious problem or, seems in distress, it's crucial to get in touch with us immediately. Be vigilant, but don't panic. It's important to stay alert and observant of any signs in the previous slides. Even though it's extremely rare, there's still a possibility a mentee might share something significant or troubling with you. If such disclosure happens, it's your responsibility to contact us immediately. We will then provide guidance. This ensures that the mentee receives appropriate support and intervention. Remember to listen and reply without judgment and avoid promising confidentiality. We'll be able to see your chats anyway. But LEBC and Brightside will support you and listen to you if you have any concerns. If you ever feel uneasy about an interaction or particular situation, or simply want guidance on how to handle a potential issue, know that we are here to support you. We will provide resources, advice, and necessary interventions to ensure that both you and your mentees feel safe and well supported throughout. So I've written on there, if you need emergency support, please contact Rachel Clark, who is LEBC's designated safeguarding lead. The email's on there, or you can call us at the office. If it isn't between, if you want to call the office and it's not between 8:30 and 4:30, please call the Brightside out of office phone number. And please aim to do this within 24 hours. Reporting a disclosure, contact us immediately. Do not investigate it yourself or respond to the message without our guidance. If it's emergency, call us on the safeguarding phone number or email Rachel. If there's an immediate risk of harm or extreme danger, please call the emergency services, aka the police. You can also flag messages in your chat to us as well, and we'll manually review it. So here are our rules. Brightside volunteers and staff are not permitted to share their personal contact details with young people. In their position of trust, volunteers and staff are encouraged to remind young people about professional boundaries of their mentoring relationship or otherwise. All of your mentoring conversations are on our safe and secure Brightside platform, so do not arrange to meet or talk outside of the platform. We don't allow sharing of surnames, personal addresses, phone numbers, social media, or editable links like Google Docs. If you write this in there, it will flag it up to us, and we'll have to have a look at it. And if it violates the rules that we've got set in place, we'll just have to admit that data. And we'll write a little note about why this was not allowed. So automated message checks, which I've mentioned before, it picks up any links, attachments, or stop words. And we review these messages twice a day on weekdays. As you can see on there, we've got reasons as to why, and we'll just tell you if it did not pass the check. And this works both ways for the mentors and the mentees. You will receive a message that needs to be checked. It will look redacted like this in your chat. The message appears in the channel, but all or part of its contents remain hidden to the receiver, which would be you or the mentee. The contents will be visible only after we've approved it and manually checked it. This ensures that you know that there's a message waiting for you to review, but it just needs to be checked. If a message you or your mentee receive doesn't pass a check, you'll get this message. If your message doesn't pass, we'll send you a quick note to explain why. We might also comment on messages from time to time if we notice an area for improvement, as this will help you to support your mentor as well as you both develop. Next, we'll do a true or false question. Write your answer in the chat box. If you suspect a child is being abused, it's better to investigate it yourself before self-reporting. True or false? C. False. Next question. Mentors and mentees can share their LinkedIn profiles with each other. True or false? Let's have a look. False. Next one. Mentees and mentors can share their CVs, personal statements as attachment if all personal contacts are removed. All contact details are removed. True or false? And that is true. We might have a look at it first to see if it passes our check, but it is true. So next step and resources. So next step would be to join a project, find your peer group and download the app. Essential resources. So remember to save and download all of our resources once you've downloaded the app. If there are bespoke resources, which if you're doing Aim High or Area Discover, there will be bespoke resources. These will be found under project materials and they'll be found in the navigation panel on the platform. When we send out more information, I will highlight this as well. Signing up for a project. So if you're on this call, I've probably contacted you to sign up for a project. There is an automated email from Brightside. You'll be typically matched from between 3 to 5 mentees, but this can kind of vary on how many mentees we get. You'll receive a welcome email with more information about how to get started on your side. And if you've been on a previous project with Brightside, you can use the switcher button next to the project name. And you'll need to download the app as well if you're doing it through the app. Your mentor profile. So your mentor profile is the first thing mentees see when they choose their mentor. So it's important to make it clear, welcoming, and relatable. It's an opportunity to sell yourself. Think of it as your shop window. How will you show your mentees what you can offer them in a clear and exciting way? So you'll aim for 5 sentences in length. Use a friendly and approachable tone. Include information on your current job/course or your hobbies and interests, making sure that it's not too clear who you are, and kind of consider the mentees that we have. What are their needs and how can you meet them? Adding a profile picture really helps to build rapport and show that you're a human. So you've got an example down there as well. I'll give you a little bit of time to read that. I'm hoping that you've all read that. Let's move on. So you'll get automated notifications. All message notifications are sent from the Brightside platform. They are automated to ensure timely and consistent communication. You'll get an automated notification letting you know that you've been matched. Recipients get a notification for every new message. If a message is being checked, it appears redacted in the notification. If a redacted message gets declined, you will receive an automated notification stating that the message did not pass the checks. If recipients don't reply, you might get up to 3 engagement reminders on days 1, 3, and 7. If they reply, there will be no further reminders. And the emails will come from support@brightsidementor.org. So your next steps, you'll create your profile on the app, you'll meet your mentees, and then you'll set goals. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more on how to be a mentor on top of this session, you can access our optional mentoring skills module there. I'll put it in the chat. I don't know if I can. I'll send it out at a later date for you as well, because I can't put it in the chat right now. So, questions and feedback. Let me know in the chat if you've got any questions about what we've learned.
Sorry, just to double check, are we going to get a link to the app?
So the app on the store should be called Brightside Mentoring.
Okay, thank you.
But I will put it in the email that accompanies this as well, just so it's clearer as well.
Brilliant, thank you.
I'm doing the aviation mentoring. Do I still have to use the same Brightside app? Yes. So we have two things going on at the moment. We have Brightside Mentoring for Aim High, which is AI related, computing related, and we also have the Aviation Aero Discover Mentoring. There will be both on the Brightside Mentoring app. They'll just be part of different things. So if I understood correctly, everything will happen via chat. Yes, we don't have the video call add-on at the moment, but if that's we go through this process and we get feedback from mentees and mentors that's a feature that they'd like to have, that could be something that we discuss in the future. But at the moment, it would happen via that chat on the Brightside app platform. I'm going to just add this on here. How confident do you feel about mentoring? If you've got any other questions as well, please write that in the chat or just let me know. Consider how you feel now. You've completed both kind of this live session and then you'll go on to do a self-study module possibly. Okay, 8, that's pretty good. 9, okay. I'm nervous, but I'm sure once it starts, I will be fine. Yeah, it's something that you kind of have to practice at. 8, cool. So we're all seeming pretty confident, so I'm good with that. It's quite straightforward. Really, it's texting. It would be more getting the mentors to kind of engage. That's kind of the struggle. I'm sure you guys are completely fine, kind of, on your subject knowledge and such. So if there's no more questions, that's it. So if there's no more questions, if you do have any questions, I'm going to put my email in the chat for you now, for you to contact me. And I will also send out a little bit more information, including a little video. I couldn't play it on the call today because my sound does not work through Zoom. And I will also put the PowerPoint and a link to the app on here as well. So thank you so much for your time and sitting here and, engaging. But make sure that you don't, share any identifying information about your mentees on like social media. And thank you so much for coming. If you have no further questions, then you can leave the session. Thank you so much. Do we just create the profile in Brightside and then select the project? Yeah, you'll collect your profile and you will be added to the project on our end. Will the email have the access code? If you're not already on the platform, send me an email and I can put you on there. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good evening.